Hello everyone, welcome to a new video, a new planty video. It is me, Desiree, and today I wanted to just share a plant haul with you. I just want to show all the plants I bought recently. I know some people love plant hauls and some people don't. I personally love plant hauls. I love seeing what people are buying, what people are finding, where they're finding it so I can go find it. And some of these are from local nurseries, some are from the grocery store. One of them I bought online, one of them was from Lowe's. So some of them might be things you can find locally. I like watching them for that reason, just to kind of see what's out there and just to kind of discover new plants. So I have a couple of care tips, but it's not like in-depth care guides on these plants, okay? It's just a haul. So yeah, let's just jump into the plants I bought. This one right here took my breath away. I said out loud, oh my God, when I saw this. Look at this peperomia. I cannot believe this grows in nature. It is so stunning. And it's a plant that has a lot of texture on the leaves, just really satisfying kind of plant to look at and to touch. I mean, I touch these leaves because I want to see if it needs water, because this is one of those plants that I like to let kind of dry out. I have a few other peperomias in this kind of style that I feel like I'm pretty good at caring for. But oh my God, look at it. It's insanely gorgeous. I got this at a local nursery, but it's called Peperomia ambricos. It's a little stunner. I cannot get over it. There's like a couple different types of peperomias. Actually, there's like thousands probably. But there's a couple types that I prefer. I prefer the ones that leaves look like this. They all kind of look like this, kind of crinkled. They're so pretty. And then there's another type that the leaves are kind of a lot softer. And then there's another type that the leaves are like almost like a succulent. I'm not a big fan of those ones. I like these ones better. The ones that are really soft, I find kind of difficult to take care of personally. But oh my gosh, look at it. So pretty. Like, I can't stop looking at this one. I can't believe that grows in nature. It's so gorgeous. Another plant I bought is the Variegated Maranta. I feel like I was talking about a Variegated Maranta in another video, and someone told me they have them on stevesleaves.com. I actually got this from Cactus Club online. I saw it, right, they restock every couple of Fridays or so, and they had just restocked this past Friday, and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. And it arrived in great shape considering it's really cold right now. It's a beautiful plant. I do have a few other Marantas, and when I opened this up, my boyfriend was like, don't you have a bunch that look just like that? And I'm like, no, this one is way different. It's variegated. But it is variegated, which just means that it has these white kind of splashes on the leaves, and it just, I don't know, adds a little something different to the plant, and I really love it. But I do have three other Marantas. I have a lemon lime, a red vein, and I have the one that looks just like this, but it's no variegation. It's just the green with the little brown spots. And I find these plants incredibly easy to take care of, and they grow like weeds. They're always growing. Like right now, they're both flourishing in the winter. It's beautiful to see. So the care for these is incredibly easy. Although they look like they're going to be difficult, especially the lemon lime and the red vein, they look really difficult, but they're so easy. I let them get like a tiny bit dry, definitely not all the way dried out because they don't like that. They will get crispy on the edges right away. Little bit dry, and then soak it completely soaking wet, and then let it live its life till it gets like that again. It loves that kind of care as far as what I have found. It appreciates humidity, but it does perfectly fine without it. I mean, every plant does better with humidity, I think, but these ones, they're perfectly fine with the air that I have here in my room, and they're growing all the time. Very, very easy care, I think, as long as you don't let it dry out. I can't get over how beautiful this is, and then I actually own it now. So cute. I only got this like 2 days ago though, so he's just kind of sitting there chilling and acclimating. I did buy two ferns. So first one is this. This stopped me in my tracks when I saw it at the store. This is from a local nursery. It's called a fern. I don't know if you pronounce the P, if it's pteris or if it's just pteris, but look at it. It's so beautiful. I can't believe how big this is, and it's so tall. It literally just looks like weeds from the ditch bank or something, but it's so pretty. The leaves grow like with these long little hands, and it's just so beautiful. Ferns are one of those plants I thought I would never purchase because they're notoriously difficult. They just need to be wet all the time, and I just don't think I'll be able to take care of it the way that it needs. But when I looked up this one, this variety says that it is very, very easy to take care of, that it is fine with drying out every now and then. It's not like the other ferns. It's not like other ferns where it'll immediately start dying if you let it get dry. So I thought, oh, I just poked myself in the eye with it. I thought this one would be really easy, and it is just a wild, crazy, cool looking guy, and I love him. I've only had this for about a week-ish, like maybe even just 5 days. So far, so good. I did water it once already, and it's just chilling, and I love him so much. So beautiful and so big and so wild and fun. And then the other fern I bought is this one. Look how gorgeous this is. This is a fern button, or a button fern, just because I guess I'm assuming it's just the way that the leaves look. They look like little buttons or something. This is another one that just looks so wild. Like I can picture it up on a hanging basket just getting big and crazy. This is another one. I looked it up before I bought it because I was like, you know, ferns are notoriously difficult, but this is another one that said it's very, very easy, that it's fine with getting a little bit dry. It's not going to die immediately if you let it get dried out every now and then. Of course, you know, keep up on the watering. This one feels fine. But I love it. It's so cool and crazy and big, and I have nothing that looks like this, so I just love it so much. And I remember carrying it around the store thinking, I'm gonna take 2 more big crazy plants home. My boyfriend's gonna freak out. But I put back several other plants, like little ones that I had, so I could feel like good getting this one. But I love it. I think it's really cool. Same with this. I've only had it about 5 days so far, but he's just sitting on a little table, and I love him. So pretty. I love it so much. Another plant that I bought, this plant, I stopped in my tracks when I saw this, and I could not believe what it looked like. It is this. Oh look, there's a yellow leaf right there. Let's turn it this way so he looks pretty. This is a Calathea 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿, it's something like that. This plant, oh my gosh, it took my breath away. Not only does it look gorgeous, I mean look at this. How does this grow in nature? No idea. It looks beautiful, but it feels incredible. This is one of those plants that looks fake and it feels fake. It feels like fabric. It feels very lightly velvety on the top, and on the bottom it feels like felt or something, like a velvet felt. It's weird. It truly feels fake. It feels like it's made out of fabric, but I know it's real. It did grow 2 leaves, and it has a couple of like growth points down here. Like there's one right there. There's another little one over here. So far it's doing really well. I've had this for a couple of weeks. It doesn't like to get completely dried out, kind of the same as with the Marantas. Don't let it dry out all the way because it will start getting curly and crispy immediately. So I do stay up on the watering on this one. It's gorgeous. I did look up the care, and of course it says that, you know, you got to keep it moist, and it does appreciate some humidity. So I put it right next to the humidifier, and it's doing really well so far. I don't have the humidifier on all the time, just when I feel like it's a little bit drier in here and when I just feel like putting it on. And it's doing really well. So far so good. I don't have it in any direct light, even though I'm in a west facing room. The light gets very, very bright in here in the evenings, and I kept forgetting to move it. So I moved it down a little bit lower here so it doesn't get those direct rays. So far so good. I hope this plant continues to do well because it's so gorgeous, and I would hate to see it decline. But yeah, so beautiful. Completely took my breath away when I saw it too. If you have one of these and you have any care tips, let me know, because I'm new to this plant, but so far it's doing very well. I have, how many more? 3 more to show you. I found a global green at Lowe's. I know everyone was hunting these down. I knew this was a type of pothos because I have this in my heart where I want to collect all the pothoses, the pothos. I want to collect all the pothos. And this is one that I thought I would end up getting like a little cutting from something. Like I never thought I would own a full big plant, but Costa Farms released them, and people, I think, were going crazy for them. And I didn't think I was gonna find one, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, I want to find one of those plants. And I was acting like a brat. And he's like, well, let's go to Lowe's and see. So we went to Lowe's. I wasn't expecting to find it. And I felt kind of bad because there was only one there, and there was a lady there when we got there that was just circling around, like she was looking for something, you know? She wasn't just there browsing for plants, she was looking for something. And it didn't occur to me that she might have been looking for this, but I was looking for it, but I was also casually browsing. But I had already decided, oh, it's not here, I don't find it, I don't see it. But then I saw it on the bottom shelf, like mixed in with a bunch of other plants that didn't really go. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. So I picked it up. I quickly checked to see if there were any more, and there wasn't. There was only one. There are a few leaves on here that aren't doing amazing. Like this one here has a yellow spot on it. There's a few other leaves here, like this one has some just cosmetic damage. And there's a few that have some yellow spotting that'll probably fall off. But for the most part, the plant is beautiful. Anyway, when I picked it up, I was like just so in shock that I found it. And I was looking for my boyfriend to go show him where oh, look what I found. And the lady was there and she went like this, oh, that's a cute one. Where did you find it? And I said, oh, I found it right down there. She's like, oh, I didn't even check there. So I kind of feel like she was looking for this. Unfortunately, there was only one and I got it first. But yeah, I got it. It's so pretty. It's really easy care. So far, so good, like with any other pothos. And it has this really pretty green on green variegation. And that's kind of just what makes it a little bit different. Also, the leaf shape is a little different. Not every leaf has the variegation, or I think will have it. But I love the plant either way. It has enough variegation for me to know it's a global green, and it has a ton of growth points. Like you can tell this was just like 50 cuttings they stuck into a pot just because of the way it looks. But there's like all these little points here on the back, and I love it. So even though some of the leaves are, you know, not going to make it, it's fine. It's going to fill out with time, and I'm so glad I found one. I love it. Still on the hunt for the Baltic blue though. That one looks so beautiful. Haven't found it yet. The last two I want to show you are two that, one of them I never thought I would own, and one I never thought I would see in real life in my whole life. Look at this little guy. This is a whale fin sansiveria, or a snake plant. I think this is so cute. This has been on like my wish list, plant wish list, but not my reality wish list. It's like one that I have like this distant fantasy wish list of plants I would like to own, but I'll never actually see one in real life. That's where this plant was. I found this at the grocery store. I don't know what the equivalent of Albertsons would be, and you know, regionally, but I found it at Albertsons, and I wasn't expecting it. I just went, I was just there buying some other things. I was looking at the plants, and I turned the corner, and I was like, no way. I never thought I would ever see a whale fin in real life, ever. It's so pretty. It was only $14. I can't believe it, because I feel like when I've looked these up online, they're really expensive. But I never actually thought I would buy one. So cute. And when I took it to the register, the lady was like, is that the whole plant? It just looks like that. And I was like, yeah, isn't it so cool? So it's just like a snake plant, same exact care as a snake plant, I'm guessing. I only have had this for about a week or so. So far so good. He's just sitting there chilling, and I love him. Look how cute he is. I love him so much. And then the last one is another plant I never actually thought I would buy. It's a cactus, right? Or is it a euphorbia? I don't know, but it's this. It's called a coral cactus. So this is one I never actually thought I would own either. It's like the same thing as that whale fin. It's like on my fantasy wish list, like plants I will never actually own, but it'd be nice one day. That's where this was. I just think these are so cool. It's called a coral cactus, and I think it's grafted because they all kind of look like this, where it's a piece of something else and then this like in there. Or they just look like that and grow like that, I don't know, but I feel like it's grafted. It's so cool. It's got this really pretty coloring. I don't know if you can really see like up close in it, but it's just an absolute stunner of a plant. It's so beautiful. Found this at the grocery store again for $14. And it was so weird because only a couple days before I was at our local nursery and they had got a shipment in of some cactus that were just so beautiful. I have never been into cactus in my whole life, and now I think they're like the most beautiful things. Not all of them are that pretty, but some of them are like works of art, like this one. And there were so many there that I was looking at like, oh, that'd be amazing to own one of those. And I was looking at these, but they were like in the 30s of dollars. And I could not believe I found one just a couple days later for 14 at the grocery store. So another lesson that I learned here is like, don't buy the first one you see, because you're gonna find a cheaper one at the grocery store one day. And that's the case with this. And I love it so much. I have only had this a couple of days. I think it's in a soil that might be too wet. I'm not sure. I might put it in some cactus soil, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. I'm just going to kind of let it live its life for a little bit before I do anything with it. But yeah, this is my last little plant in the plant haul. So that is it. Those are the plants I purchased recently. This is probably the most I've purchased like back to back to back. Like I came home with like 5 in one day once. And I don't know. I just found so many that I wanted. But yeah, that is it. If you have any of these, let me know some care tips. Let me know how you take care of them, because I would love to know. All of these, of course, are new to my little plant family. But yeah, that is it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as always. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.